Hello and welcome in everybody to the First in Football podcast. Today is Thursday, December 14th, 2023. Another nice, unseasonably warm day here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. It's like 40 degrees. I am your host,
Yeah,
Justin Sutton, with our co-host, Mike Rosenthal. How's the weather down by you, Mike, in Milwaukee?
I want to say it's like mid 40s down here, so it's pretty
Nice.
nice out. Being in the van during the break here, yeah, it's nice and cozy in here, so can't complain.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice. Yeah, Mike's extremely dedicated to the people this week, not only in the work van, but he's sick on top of it. So he's putting in these overtime hours just for y'all.
yeah, my son's sick. I'm
Oh,
sick.
yeah, it's not good out there. A lot of people getting sick. If you're clean, stay clean if you can.
Yeah, man, wash your hands. Like,
Yeah. It's cold and
get
flu
some
season
vitamin
out there, that's
D.
for sure.
Yeah. Um,
So let's
so
dive into
going into
these
week,
NFL
yeah,
Monday night games here, Mike. This was pretty crazy. Especially specifically, do we just want to get right into Miami and the Titans? Like that
I
was
say we save that.
bonkers.
I save that. That's more eventful. Let's talk about these Packers first,
Oh,
and we'll end it with a bang. A better game.
yeah, what
I
a
would say a better
letdown for the Packers, man. I mean, I kind of was sniffing a little bit of a trap game. Like they better be on their toes. Not like a trap game because they're not that good. They don't have the expectations. But
Yeah,
I was kind of sniffing the
yeah.
game of if you come out, feeling yourself, sleeping on these guys a little bit, the Giants got something for us. I just thought they matched up pretty well. And then our defense is so injured. It's like, Love came out looking a little off right away, but by the time he figured out what was going on, it was a little too late. So valiant effort to come back. I mean, he did give us the lead. I don't put this loss on J Lo, that's
A
for sure,
fluke lead.
man.
It's
I,
a
I
fluke lead, though. Complete
that's
fluke.
that dude. They scored a touchdown three different times on the same play, like just to get an extra touchdown. You know what I mean? Like the Malik Heath
Yeah, but
catches, like,
getting the ball was a
oh
fluke.
yeah. I agree. I agree.
They should have
Totally.
lost the game by more. It shouldn't have. The football gods handed them something,
Yeah, and
and the
then the
defense
defense
said,
blew
"We're
it.
not. We're going to play zone coverage
Yeah.
and just let you walk down the field and do whatever you want with
I'm
Tommy
sure.
DeVito as quarterback."
I'm sure Preston Smith was out there in coverage in that zone coverage as well.
So
I wasn't
I was,
watching.
yeah, I was fortunate to watch the game. I watched both of these games actually. I had the laptop with one, and so
Nice.
it was a pretty good night. So Jordan Love regressed to what Jordan Love looked like at the beginning of the season when you had your doubts about him. He looked like that, overthrowing the ball, not looking comfortable in the pocket. One thing I didn't like that the announcers didn't mention with the pick that he threw, the defensive lineman hit his arm, which is why the ball got underthrown. And like Aikman, just bothers me. Like,
I swear
mention the
those
fact,
two have it
don't
out for the
blame
Packers, man.
you can't blame Love on that. I mean, he threw into bad coverage, but he didn't get to throw the ball that he wanted to because his arm got hit and it got
Yeah,
underthrown. Like, that happens. There's
it's
nothing you can do
football.
about that.
Yeah.
But Love didn't look great.
Yeah, I don't think he looked as bad as he did like earlier in the season. He definitely looked off. I guess I didn't
he just
look at it like,
regressed.
yeah, you could tell it was like, oh, well, everybody was feeling themselves a little bit, after some big wins,
Yeah,
you know.
they still have a chance here to make the
Oh,
playoffs.
definitely.
They have a fairly doable schedule here coming up. Um, if they if they can get some guys back and healthy, man, it's only going to help. But they just need to. Aaron Jones is going to be a difference maker. Jair Alexander is going to be a difference maker. I mean, obviously we
Trey
all know
Walker
the
will be a
defense.
difference maker coming back.
Yeah.
Like that's
So
yeah.
I
He's
think
our
that the
best coverage
Packers,
linebacker. And he's always got a
Packers,
hat on a hat.
yeah, they still have like a 50-something% chance here to make it. And I mean, we'll see what this week brings.
Yeah. I
This
mean,
this is a good. Their Packers are in a great spot right now.
yeah,
Like
especially for
they
this
have
year.
they have they have a lot of good pieces in place. Maybe a new defensive coordinator, hopefully.
Yeah.
Um,
Cross your fingers.
but yeah, they have a lot of nice pieces in place. Some young receivers that seem to be looking up. A quarter. I mean, the biggest thing is there's a franchise quarterback potentially sitting right there. So
Yeah.
there's nothing more you can ask for as a Packers fan, especially 1 year removed from Aaron Rodgers. And the Giants, on the other hand, Tommy DeVito, I don't think he's gonna. I mean, he's not. He's. I think he's earning a backup role for the Giants next
Yeah.
year when Daniel Jones comes back. So good for him.
That's what
He
he's
was
doing.
decent, but yeah, the Giants seem to piece things together somehow,
Yeah,
and
we
that
both
even though the fluke play they won.
yeah, we both had Green Bay -6 here on this line. We were both incorrect. Yeah, but With that being
both
said, let's
games.
move on to the next game. We were also incorrect. It was Miami favored by 13.5 over Tennessee down in Miami, and we both took that, and we were both wrong because Tennessee straight up won on like one of the craziest comebacks I have ever seen in my life. Like,
Man, I
you want
was
to talk about
glad that I
fluky
watched that.
comebacks and like teams that shouldn't have won. That game was the definition of fluke. Like, wow, that was
Yeah, so
crazy. I wish I could have
uh,
gotten to watch that game.
what's the stat in teams trailing by 2 touchdowns with 3 minutes remaining are 0 in 767 games. The
Until that
Titans made
game.
that now one.
Yep. That's crazy, dude. I mean, Will Levis, dude, talk about having grit. Talk about, sticking with it. It's like,
Did you watch any
what a,
highlights? Oh yeah, you
I
said you
did. I
did.
watched the
Yeah.
highlights after the game and I
Did you
was
watch
blown
him
away.
running the ball?
Oh yeah. I saw that
Okay,
truck stick
first
on
off, buddy,
Jalen Ramsey.
stop doing that, but it's awesome. But stop.
Yes.
You're gonna hurt your shoulder.
You're not Josh Allen.
Yeah. Like,
You're a little smaller than that, dude.
but the dude's jacked. I mean,
Yeah, he's thick. He's a thick boy, that's for sure.
Hop
But he's just not like
Hopkins
as big as Josh Allen or like a Cam Newton type frame. You know what I mean?
Hopkins was having a little throwback game, just beating up on um Ramsey.
You love to see it. I personally am not never been a Jalen Ramsey fan. He's a good player. I'm not denying that. I'm not a huge fan of.
Overhyped.
Yeah, I think he's overrated a little bit. And honestly, it was great to see D Hop go vintage D Hop and own Jalen
Yeah.
Ramsey one more time for his
Yeah,
career.
he's a dog.
Because Jalen Ramsey has been owned by D Hop in the past. So
And I had one other note in my head from this game.
yeah,
Tyreek Hill is like the biggest, like, holy crap, this guy's down with an injury. Like, he just loves to create drama. He probably knew that he was fine, and then he boom pops right back up playing. Like, but if the Dolphins didn't have Tyreek Hill, the Dolphins stink.
yeah, dude. This is why
They were
Tyreek is in
bad
the running
without
for
him.
MVP, man. Like, dude, he is that good. He is that game
He,
changing. He is the most
yeah,
impactful non-quarterback player in the game, next to Micah Parsons. It's Micah Parsons, it's Tyreek Hill, and it's Patrick Mahomes. Those are the three most game changing, dynamic players in the game.
I mean, I'm gonna throw my guy in there, but
Who's your
TJ
guy?
Watt, because the Steelers can't win without him. Just like the Dolphins
That's
probably can't
facts.
win without.
I mean,
But
you
yeah,
got a case, that's for sure.
the Cowboys can win without Micah.
Probably.
But yeah, good for the Titans, man. Awesome, two awesome Monday night games. I wish that they staggered them. We were texting about that, but
Yeah.
regardless, just grab yourself a tablet or a laptop and a TV, and you can watch both of them.
Yeah, or
Um,
if you have YouTube TV, you could actually do the multi-view from what I had
oh
heard.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But let's hope
But
Tyreek is good to go for this next matchup. I mean, you never like to see a guy like that go down with an injury. So
yeah, that would
even though
stink.
I'm playing against him in fantasy this week, I have to at least pay my respects to the athlete that man is and hope he gets on the field because I would love to see Cheetah
Limited.
versus Sauce, man. That's a good matchup, man. Let's see that.
Let's give let's give them limited balls. Let them have a game, but save you in fantasy a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take what I can get. I'd rather be lucky than good, but let's move on to a game that's not nearly going to be as nearly exciting
Yeah,
as Tennessee and Miami was, and that's this Thursday night game tonight.
week 15.
Yes, week 15. Chargers at Raiders. Currently, the Raiders are favored by 3.
Yep.
This is one of those games I don't want to pick. I don't want to pick either way, man. I just like I think I'm reluctantly going to take this line. I think the Raiders are a little more desperate. They see how beat up and, wounded the Chargers are. They're going to take advantage of this. And without Justin Herbert, what are they going to do? Without Keenan Allen, what are they going to do? If the Raiders can stop the run, I don't think Easton Stick is beating them. Let's just put it that way.
That's a terrible name.
That dude could get all the sponsorships, man, if he wanted to. But I just think that Raiders offense, man. I think Devontae is going to get going. I think Josh Jacobs being kind of down is going to.
He may not play.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting for the Raiders. Like if they can move, if they can run the ball, doesn't matter who the running back is. I think the Raiders can win this game. But like if it turns into neither team can do anything on offense and it's a defensive showdown. I mean, we just saw them lose that to Minnesota.
Yeah, but who are the Chargers going to get the ball to? The only
They
person
still
on
have
that team that
Eckler. They still
they
have
have two
Josh
people.
Palmer.
Yeah, but who's going
Josh
to get the
Palmer's
ball
not a
to
game
him?
changer, but like he's pretty
Palmer's
solid.
been, but I don't think he's been very relevant even with Herbert in his quarterback.
Well,
Only
it's because he
relevant
got injured. He's coming back this week.
is he
He was
back from IR
They
officially?
activated him from IR, from what I saw.
Is okay. regardless, first game back with a quarterback that you have no experience with,
Yeah.
and then Keenan, like you said, Keenan out. The best thing that the Chargers can do is hopefully Eckler can get a running game going and do little dump passes to Eckler. But
Yep.
he's been dropping the ball. I mean,
He's showing his
like,
age, man.
yeah, but I need Devontae to have a game, dude. Fantasy purposes.
Think he will,
First week of
honestly.
playoffs. I
He's a
need him to
primetime
have a
player,
game.
man.
Um, I have a few notes from this. This is I call it the backup bowl. Easton Stick versus Aiden O'Connell.
That's great.
Uh, Chargers scored 7 points last week and 6 points the week prior. Um, the offense is broken with Herbert, and now without Allen or Herbert, it's going to maintain the same course. It can't get much worse than only scoring 6 or 7 points. So,
I mean, they
I
could
mean,
goose.
they could goose, but they probably won't
They
goose.
probably
I
won't.
mean,
It's the Raiders
um,
defense. That's probably why
the
they'll get
Raiders,
a field goal.
the Raiders have also had a hard time scoring, but my biggest take is I'm going to take this line simply because of you got Devontae Adams
Yeah,
there, you got Max Crosby on defense.
better
Max
talent.
Crosby is going to get pressure on this young quarterback. He's going to be all in his face, man. Crosby has I don't know if he leads the league in pressures, but he's up there. He's up there in sacks. They're going to eat him up. They're going to put so much pressure on this guy. Chargers are going to be getting the ball out quick as possible.
Yeah, it's gonna be a quick game. Try to run the ball. Pretty predictable. I think Raiders get this dub as well.
Yeah, I don't really have much more than that. I think just the fact that the Raiders have been working with O'Connell for however many weeks, like they just have more knowledge with this guy, and it being a short week too for this Easton Stick. I mean, it's just compounding.
Well, now I did hear a rumor that if Aiden O'Connell doesn't perform well, there's a real good chance he could be
Garoppolo,
benched for Jimmy G. Yeah, and I think that'd be kind of dumb of the Raiders, but like in the same token, it might not be. What if Jimmy is their bridge guy for the next, little while? Because they're not like they keep winning games, they're not going to get a top 5 pick and go get one of these quarterbacks. You
yeah,
know what I mean? So who knows? Maybe Antonio Pierce is onto something there, but
yeah. I mean,
it'll be
who knows?
interesting to see. We
It's
all
hard
know
to
that
bet
Jimmy
anything
G
on
doesn't
Jimmy
throw to
G.
Devontae if he comes in.
Yeah, dude. Nobody on that team
I
decides
just
to
gave
throw the
you
ball to the best
nightmares.
player. The best player on their team doesn't get the ball. It's just insane.
Oh man, it's ludicrous. It's
Um, I,
ludicrous how many teams do that.
I had one other note, or actually two. One quick thing. There's no buys this week, so
Thank God.
tomorrow's show we're gonna have a bunch of games to talk about, and then other notely news that I wanted to talk about, Steelers related, was this T.J. Watt thing
Yeah,
with the concussion protocol. Who like he put on a tinted visor
big red
after they
flag.
said he could, and then after the game he couldn't do a press conference because he had a headache.
Biggest red flag. But didn't
But he
show
cleared
symptoms.
until the day after.
The biggest of red flags.
But and then I saw him, JJ Watt, on Pat McAfee's show talking, and he was like, "Yeah, I was on the phone with TJ, and he said he scored better on his tests than he did baseline at the beginning of the year after this concussions."
Damn.
But I mean, I guess you could have a concussion, you could not have a concussion, get knocked in the head and have a headache and not be a concussion.
Yeah, it's true.
But the light sensitivity is just odd. But
Yeah.
I'm happy he cleared protocol. The guy's gonna play. So it's just the NFL's investigating this, obviously, because
Yeah, I'm interested to see what comes out of this because that just seems like there's smoke there, and usually when there's smoke, there's fire. And I mean, I'm not saying the Steelers would be like, this like horrible franchise. Like, dude, I'm sure every single team is like, you good? And the unaffiliated, not independent, the unaffiliated consultant is like, yeah, I think he's good when they really need a guy back in. I'm sure that happens all over the league.
I mean, how does this? There's a dude up in the boxes, right, watching for these signs of injury.
Yep.
How does not say, timeout? This dude just put a tinted visor on after he got knocked in the head. Can we
Exactly.
talk? Like, I mean, I'm all for him playing, but I
Yeah.
want him pulled out of that game if he's hurt. Like,
Right. If he's got a concussion, dude, you ain't trying to end this man's career, 5 years shorter because he kept playing through concussions.
yeah. But I mean, I want to think that they come from a lineage of smart people. So I guess you got to give him the benefit of the doubt. What do we know?
Yeah,
But I'm
exactly.
just glad that he's able to play. So that's a
Yeah.
godsend because if he doesn't play, we'll talk more about it. But the Steelers usually lose.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, Hope everybody's having a good week so far. Let's finish out the week strong. Please continue to support us here at the First and Football Podcast. We appreciate it here at T1FP. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, turn on those notifications, and we will have a new episode for everyone tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Tomorrow night we'll record.
Alrighty, everybody. Take care.
Later.
Have a good week. Peace.